Is the United States effectively closing the door on its closest neighbor? When the Pentagon makes a move to suspend joint military consultations, it's not just a bureaucratic shuffle, it's a massive, flashing red light in the world of international relations. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss any of our deep dives into the stories the mainstream media might be skimming over. The Pentagon's policy chief dropped a bombshell on Monday, announcing that the United States is officially hitting the pause button on its involvement in a vital joint body that coordinates military consultation with Canada. This isn't some minor administrative delay. This is a high-level disruption of the security apparatus that has kept the North American continent stable for decades. And the reason given? It points directly back to Prime Minister Mark Carney and a specific address he delivered to the World Economic Forum earlier this year. For those of you who haven't been following the friction, the backdrop here is a simmering, high-stakes power struggle between President Trump and the Canadian Prime Minister. Carney, who is currently navigating a complex political landscape at home, has found himself increasingly at odds with the Trump administration's overarching vision for global trade and national security. This suspension is the latest, and perhaps the most significant, manifestation of that growing animosity. When the Pentagon points to a speech at a globalist forum as the primary driver for cutting off military coordination, they are sending a very clear, very loud message that policy alignment is no longer assumed, it is being demanded. So, what does this actually mean for the average person? In the short term, this complicates everything from NORAD operations to intelligence, sharing, and joint readiness exercises. If the machinery of cooperation grinds to a halt, the operational capability of both nations is weakened. We are looking at a scenario where the special relationship between the United States and Canada is being put through a stress test like we haven't seen in the modern era. The outcomes here could range from a temporary diplomatic spat that gets smoothed over by back-channel diplomacy to a fundamental restructuring of how the United States handles its territorial defense. The Pentagon is essentially playing a game of geopolitical chicken. By pulling back, they are signaling that President Trump is willing to use military partnerships as a bargaining chip to pressure foreign leaders. It's a bold, albeit risky, strategy. If this persists, we could see a total breakdown in the integration of defense technologies, a loss of cohesion in northern border security, and a shifting landscape that leaves Canada looking for new partners or forcing them to concede to Washington's demands. Who is affected? Every citizen who relies on the stability of this continent for peace and security. But more importantly, this move signals that the Trump administration is no longer interested in business as usual with its traditional allies. This isn't just about a speech in Davos. It's about a clash of worldviews. On one side, you have the establishment, globalist approach championed by figures like Carney, and on the other, you have the nationalist, transaction-based approach being driven from the Oval Office. When these two philosophies collide, the consequences ripple out into every facet of government, including the military. So what do you think about this? Do you believe the Pentagon is right to leverage military ties to force political accountability? Or is this a dangerous move that jeopardizes our national security? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. And I want to hear your perspective on whether we are entering a new era of isolationism or if this is the necessary correction we've been waiting for. This situation is evolving by the hour, and we are going to be tracking every development as it breaks. If you want to remain informed on how these tensions impact the broader political landscape, make sure you are subscribed and have your notifications turned on. We don't pull punches when it comes to the facts, and we won't shy away from the hard questions. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and we will see you in the next one.